The Galactic Dominion had seen countless wars, entire species crushed beneath its iron boot, civilizations erased from history with ruthless efficiency. For 1,000 years its conquest had gone unchallenged. Planet after planet bowed before its might, its war fleets numbering in the millions. Entire empires were reduced to ash before the Dominion's centuries' advanced technology. Resistance was futile, at least, until they encountered humanity. When the Dominion's armada reached the fringes of human space, they delivered their standard ultimatum, a simple binary choice broadcast across subspace: surrender and become a vassal or face annihilation. Most civilizations would have submitted immediately, hoping to preserve some fragment of their culture under Dominion rule. But humanity's reply came as a surprise. Not a plea, not defiance, not bargaining, just one word: acknowledged. No threats, no hesitation, no emotion, just acknowledgement. The Dominion's War Council erupted in laughter, another proud primitive species too foolish to grasp their doom. The Dominion launched its invasion with full confidence. 50,000 ships advanced toward the first human colony, expecting a swift and brutal subjugation. And at first, it was exactly that. Crude railguns and nuclear warheads posed little threat. The colony fell in hours. But the second colony took days. The resistance was more organized, the weapons unexpectedly potent. Still, nothing the Dominion hadn't overcome before. Then they reached Earth. Unlike their usual targets, Earth was prepared. Planetary defenses were active. Orbital stations bristled with weapons. But instead of a fleet, humanity sent a single vessel. The Dominion fleet, tens of thousands of ships strong, watched as a small, lone human ship approached. Barely detectable on their sensors, it was laughable next to their colossal dreadnoughts. Admiral Zatral, a seasoned commander who had overseen the fall of 12 civilizations, smirked. "They think this will save them?" His officers chuckled. Yet the ship didn't flee. It didn't respond to hails. It simply accelerated straight towards Zatral's Fakahaiga. At first, they assumed it was a desperate ramming maneuver, but then their systems began to fail. Shields flickered, sensors went blind, communications died. And then came the screams, disjointed, fragmented cries across open comms. Ships were going silent, entire crews vanishing, not dying, just ceasing to exist. The ship wasn't firing weapons, it was the weapon. In under 7 minutes, 50,000 Dominion ships vanished. No debris, no wreckage, no survivors. Just a single final message from the human vessel: acknowledged. Then it was gone. Panic consumed the Dominion's high command. Never before had such a loss occurred, not even in their worst projections. 50,000 ships, gone, without explanation. No explosion signatures, no escape pods, just absence. Emperor Vorin Shal stood in his throne chamber, surrounded by frantic advisors and warlords desperate to rationalize the unthinkable. Some demanded retaliation. Others urged restraint. One strategist whispered, "They didn't fight us. They unmade us." Fear, a foreign emotion in the heart of the Dominion, settled in like a virus. The Empire's top intelligence officer, a cold and calculating creature with golden eyes, displayed footage recovered from a distant scout ship, far enough from the fleet to escape the annihilation. The human ship was plain, unthreatening, until it wasn't. A strange distortion appeared around it, a ripple in space itself. Then, Dominion ships began to vanish. It was not warfare. It was a rewriting of reality. "Do we know what that ship was?" the Emperor asked, his voice low. "No, my lord," the officer replied, "but it defied all known physics. No detectable energy, no weapons fire, just absence." "And where is the ship now?" "Gone." The fear in the chamber was palpable. The Emperor's final order was whispered with dread. "Find the humans, and for the love of the stars, do not provoke them again." But it was already too late. Another message arrived, pulsing across every Dominion frequency, impossible to block or trace. "Still watching." Entire fleets were pulled back to defensive positions. Research worlds worked without rest, trying to decipher the impossible. The disappearance of 50,000 ships was unexplainable by every known scientific law. On Zyros 9, the Dominion's most classified research facility, the greatest minds studied the phenomenon. Dr. Coulter, a senior researcher, stared at the footage. "They didn't explode," he whispered. "They were removed, as if the universe decided they no longer belonged." "That's impossible," snapped General Vorkin. "Then perhaps," Coulter replied, his voice grim, "the humans understand laws we do not." Meanwhile, Dominion agents scoured Earth for answers. Humanity appeared unchanged. No secret projects, no mention of a superweapon. Their population went about their lives, blissfully unaware. If humans hadn't done it, then who had? Then came a second message, direct, deliberate, and chilling. "One ship was enough. Do not make us send another." Coordinates were included, a challenge. After heated debate, the Dominion responded, cautiously. A fleet of 1,000 ships was dispatched, not to attack but to show strength. A warning. They arrived at the edge of Dominion space. No planets, no enemies, nothing but the void. Then, one by one, the ships vanished. No explosions, no signs of battle, just disappearance. Before the last ship went silent, Admiral Krein received a final message, spoken not in sound, but directly into the minds of every crew member. "You were warned." Back at the capital, the Emperor watched in horror as all 1,000 ships disappeared from the tactical display. What followed was unprecedented. For the first time in Dominion history, an Emperor surrendered, not in battle, but in fear. A single message was broadcast into the void: "We do not resist." There was no reply for 3 days. Then, without fanfare or spectacle, every screen, every interface, every Dominion device displayed the same word: acknowledged. No demands, no retribution, just acknowledgement. The Dominion understood. They had been spared, not out of mercy, but disinterest. Years passed. The Dominion withdrew from expansion. Their borders shrank. Fear reigned. No one spoke of the humans aloud. Their name had become myth, their power a whispered legend. Yet within the Dominion's archives, one final secret lingered, hidden in a locked transmission from the last fleet. A young scientist decrypted it. She found no human signal. Instead, a voice alien and ancient spoke through overlapping tones. The boundary was tested. The line was crossed. The consequence was delivered. They are not yours to challenge. And with that, the truth emerged. Humanity hadn't done this. They'd merely been watched over, shielded by something older, something incomprehensible, something that enforced a cosmic law beyond war or politics. The scientist vanished within hours, and across the stars, in every dark corridor of the Dominion's once mighty empire, one question echoed in silence. What had they awakened? And what else might be watching?